Hello, everyone, and welcome in to the to Chamber Chats. Ben Buckland with Jody Broad, who's showing me a picture that she took at the Winoka Rattlesnake Roundup of me riding
Igor.
Igor. Yes, Igor, and I've been told, but it didn't stick. What is Igor?
Igor is an Indo-Brazilian Watusi cross. So he's a steer, but he's a Watusi Indo-Brazilian.
He is a wonderful, wonderful person. He and I have somewhat the same personality.
You think so? Yeah.
I do.
Just
Just
pretty cool, calm, and collected.
Well, just today's a pretty good day to have a good day type of deal. That's what Igor would say.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much all the time. He's a gentle giant.
Yeah, he is. So, Broad's Menagerie, we're a feature of the 80th annual Winoka Rattlesnake Roundup. You haven't commented at all. You probably can't notice. I got a little bit of sunshine.
I didn't say anything about it. I wasn't going to say anything.
It's good because you don't say things to people that are struggling, do you?
Right. No. Like they know that they've got something going on. I don't need to point it out.
Boy, that's for sure. That is for sure. So we had us a nice time. I'll tell you, it was a good day, but it was a windy and hot son of a gun.
Yeah. And hey, you got awarded.
I did. My plaque is right over there. You can see it. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah. Way to go. See, we were talking about it the week before, like nearly 60 years or 60 years that you'd been announcing it. And they said that day. So,
So they put it on the plaque. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So,
It was good.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I went to the school yesterday and awarded Calvin Litzenberger his $100 for winning the Snake Tails contest. We gave him the trophy, but we were Matt Adair and I and Calvin were so excited with the day. I had the check in my pocket, but didn't realize it till I got home. And Calvin, I don't know if he didn't realize it or could care one way or the other. But anyway, we went to the school yesterday and awarded him the trophy and accidentally stumbled into the word of the week. And so I'm saying to the kids that Calvin got out of his comfort zone. It's terrifying for a lot of people to get up in front of a crowd, let alone tell some kind of a story in competition. And so, courage is not being afraid or not being nervous. It is being afraid and nervous, but going ahead and doing what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And accidentally stumbled into the Winoka School word of the week, which is courage.
Nice.
Yeah. So now that we've covered all of that, let's go to Alva Chamber Chats.
Sounds good.
I mean, it's about time to segue into that, don't you think?
I think about it. We can talk about the past weekend and all that has happened and everything and truly Winoka Snake Hunt it does involve some of our chamber members. Broad's Menagerie is a chamber member. America's Oasis is a chamber member. Little Sahara Sand Sports is a chamber member, and so we are just happy to do that. And then shout all of them out being there in Winoka and being Alva chamber members. And then also in addition to that, I just I my thought is we want people to come to this area.
Yeah, we're all in it together.
Yeah. One succeeds, we all succeed, and so we just we want to be shouting those things out. So
When people come in mass to the Winoka area, the area being what we usually think of as the Little Sahara State Park or America's Oasis, there's some lodging, but there's not lodging enough for everybody that comes. So we send them to Alva.
yeah, we actually chatted with some people. Who came by our Porta Petty, which is our mobile petting zoo. We chatted with some people and we let them know, oh yeah, we're outside of Alva. I would just chat with them and like, where are you from? And that sort of thing. And someone from Nebraska, he's like, he was asking about it. And I said, well, we actually are outside of Alva. And he said, oh, we're staying in Alva. And so we're like, well, do you come down here often? This is my first time, but I will be back. And so it's always fun to hear that people love love coming to this area, and I believe that it's the people of this area that make it what it is. And so we just all want to keep a positive mindset and just be so welcoming to those people who are coming in, regardless of where they're coming from. If it's just a few miles away or hundreds of miles away, we just want to be welcoming to them coming into our spaces and just be grateful for them because they're spending their money here. That's tax dollars that go back into these small communities, and so we just welcome them back. And so that this particular person, I said, well, if you're ever back, if you do end up coming back, I was like, know that we're open and here's where you find us. So, yeah.
I saw tons of cars at Brock's Menagerie driving in.
Yes, we have been. It's field trip season. So we have been very busy with field trips. And so it's a fun time introducing a lot of kids for the first time, getting to come out, and as well as sometimes the parents. There's some field trips where parents come and some where they don't. Field trip yesterday didn't have parents, but field trip today had parents. So anyway, and I think that this is our last one for this week, but then we've got more next week and the week after and the week after that. It's a busy season.
I saw, noticed your animals at the how do you say it? Petty?
Porta Petty.
Porta Petty. I'll get that down. They were, your animals were celebrating with the little kids because the little kids had snacks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And then the little kids, some of them, and then me, got to ride Igor. That's the deal.
That was something that we brought down on Sunday because Braylon was available. And Igor is Braylon's buddy. Braylon has been one of the main trainers on Igor. I mean, we had another trainer come in. Our trainer, Terry Lindley, came in, but she hasn't been back in years because she always says that she ends up working herself out of the job because it's not just training the animal, it's training the people with the animal. And so she trained Braylon pretty good to be able to train the animals, and he's been doing that ever since, oh my goodness, ever since she started. Like, he was probably, I don't know, 13 or so when she started coming, and he's going to be 26 this year, so he's been doing it for a while.
And you start your kids early because we've got one that is running the bottle feeding department now, right?
Yes, we do start our kids early, whether they're filling feed cups, feeding bottle babies, gathering eggs. It's what the farm kid does, right? I mean,
Right.
You're a farm kid. You grew up doing all those things, probably. We talked about pulling calves last week, so
We did. The one that I never got to like, never, was milking cows first thing in the morning, because you've got that I milked a cow this morning smell right out of the chute getting on the bus, unless you're really wash up.
we have never done milk cows for that very purpose, that we don't want to have to get up at the same time and milk them every day.
Oh yeah.
It's just like we got too much stuff going on to get into the milk cow sector. So we have never done that.
I remember coming out of the kitchen door, which looked down on the barn, and seeing the two cows that I was going to milk not be able to get in the barn because I got to get there to open the door, and they're going, "Man, you are late again. We've got stuff to do here."
Yeah.
It's all a part of growing up on the farm, right?
That's right. That's right. You know it. So, but yeah, farm life is a good life. And I thought that you were going to say that you didn't ever enjoy like bucking hay or something like that.
Well, my gosh, there's some things that just go without saying. I mean, one year my little brother and I were going to make that was going to be our money for the summer of bucking bales. What a decision to make a decision that you're going to go buck bales, not just when your dad needs you, but every day.
You probably did not get paid enough.
50 cents a bale.
I mean, maybe that was worth it. I don't know, but by the end of the last bale, like how
Oh
do you
man.
even?
Oh man. You know, and everybody wants to take advantage of their storage. So they want the bales. Now we didn't do big round bales, but you know, we did the little square ones that would weigh 70-ish. Well, boys, we can get two more rows up in the top of the barn. Now you've got to lay on your back and scoot the bale to the guy that's up, but you'll get her done. And you know, it's in the barn and it's 105. Good old days.
And you don't see a whole lot of square bales anymore.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Whoever invented round bales had been a kid that his dad made him buck bales. But I'm going to invent my way out of this.
The work ethic anymore may not be up to that par with the square
Could be.
bales.
Could be. So, what do we got coming up? It's a big time in Alva.
Hey, this week is Turkey Hunt Week, so welcome to Alva, all of the turkey hunters that are in town. We've got lots of dignitaries and businesses and just all sorts of people coming into town who have been invited here to check out this area, see if this is a place that maybe they want to develop their business. They want to move in here, but so we've got people out and about taking. I think that they start coming in today. Actually, today is a business, retail and business luncheon and lunch and learn sort of thing happening out at the Tech Center. Started at 11 o'clock today. Right now, they are serving lunch and doing networking. And at 1 o'clock, they'll meet back and continue that on that retail and business luncheon. And so the Chamber likes to offer some not activities, but like some lunch and learns throughout the year in case there's a business owner that wants to be I don't know, to get some more knowledge because we're always learning and always growing, right? And so that's sponsored by the Woods County Economic Development as well as Northwest Tech and the Chamber putting on that lunch and learn today. So that's happening until 2 o'clock today. And then the turkey hunters will be coming in along with that. It's not just turkey hunting, but they're also taking people out fishing and golfing. So there's a lot more than just turkey hunting. And then tomorrow, Thursday, they'll be giving tours to all of those people around town, hitting some of the hot spots. And then tomorrow evening, they've got a dinner for the turkey hunt. And then on Friday, is the Chamber Community Coffee. Now, this community coffee will be the legislative eggs and issues. So we'll have Dr. Newton here as well as some representatives, field representatives for some of the others. Lucas, Nathan Dethloff is typically here on behalf of Lucas, and Peyton Burns is typically here on behalf of Langford. And then we have Casey Murdoch, who typically comes in for this one as well. And occasionally there's others. So we'll just come in. And if you have questions, this is a great time to come in and just let your voice be heard to your legislator. So we always do that 3 times throughout the year while they are in session. Typically happens in February, April, and June. So if you are ever curious about those things, you can come to our legislative eggs and issues. It's always the 3rd Friday of the month. So you can put those on your calendar. 3rd Friday of the month at 8 a.m. Now, I will say that it does change locations sometimes, so always check that. And the way to get that is always follow our newsletter, get signed up for our newsletter, and not only get signed up for it, but open it. You got to open that newsletter, see what's inside, and also follow our Facebook page. We always try to post those things on there as well. So you'll get breakfast along with the community coffee, and then right after that is going to be a fact or fiction about data centers. So if you are curious about that sort of thing, you can come and listen in. There is limited seating, but hey, I hear you're going to be there, Ben, so you can broadcast that, and then that will be out on all of your social media channels so that people can go in and listen in on that. So that's like kind of a just quick rundown of that's happening this weekend.
The gentleman's name that's coming, Jody, is Jay Scheidler from the Department of Commerce, and the reason that department is important to this subject is because this subject would have to go through that department to get to operate in Oklahoma. So this guy will have some pertinent information.
Yeah. So come out for that. And then also, hey, hang around for the weekend. There is live music happening right here in Alva. I love the live music scene that is happening right now. Alva Beer Co., Nightlight, both of them have spaces that have been bringing in live music. Travis Linville will be at Alva Beer Co. on Friday. And that starts at 7 p.m. On Saturday, we've got Cam Allen at the Nightlight, who is the opener for William Clark Green. So go look up those artists. You can save a little money if you do a pre-sale purchase, and you can get that information on the Nightlight social media. You can also look that up on Eventbrite. If you go to Eventbrite, .com, you can just search Alva and see what's coming up, and you'll be able to click on those events there. Also, just a shout out. I won't say the things that are happening in Northwestern sports, because I do have some. I know there's baseball and softball and that sort of thing, but I figure you're probably going to ask our sports information director here in just a minute, right? Okay, so, but on Sunday is a silent auction and Sunday lunch at the Methodist Church, sponsored by the United Women of Faith, so you can check that out. Also, there's a scholarship tea party with the Little Red Hens. If you have not ever got on board with Bankit, we are in a new quarter with Bankit. And you can pledge money per month on that at our local banks here. And this year, or this quarter, it is for the Alva Chamber Christmas. So if you bank it, you are banking it for Alva Chamber Christmas. So check that out. Get signed up at your bank and pledge toward that. I think, is that all? Oh, I know that there's a couple of senior recitals in the music department as well coming up on Saturday. I think those are at 3 and 5 o'clock at the Presbyterian Church. And then next week, is it next week? Hold on. I might be jumping the gun. I think it's the week after.
While you're looking, oh, wait a minute. She has pertinent information.
Next week is Northwestern Musical. So they are doing Little Shop of Horrors. So check that out as well. Put that on your calendar.
Oh, wow. That's...
You should you know what you need? You need to get them in here on the Rose and Ben show.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
I'll give you info.
You what?
I'll give you info so you can get in touch with
So
them.
I can get right to the person?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to insert in your talking about that Bankit is to help with the Christmas celebration. The Christmas celebration is huge.
We have had a, I don't know, we've been really, I guess, floored at the support behind that. And that it's not just, that people are showing up. We can do all the work for it, but unless people show up, and people have shown up and have supported it and shown up, and it has just been awesome last 2 years. So we can now say that it will be a third annual this year. You can't say it's the first annual because it hasn't happened yet.
That was one of my mother's big things in teaching classes, when somebody would come with a poster that said the first annual. It can't be a first annual. You haven't. You can say it's first,
Yeah.
but you haven't done it yet. It can't be first annual.
Yes, absolutely. So this year, when we start promoting Christmas, which obviously we are through Bank It, but then also it before long, Ben, we are halfway through April already. We just celebrated New Year's. The year again is flying by, and we'll be starting Christmas soon.
I got a senior invitation to graduation Saturday. So, and I expect a Christmas card any minute.
Right, it's coming. It's coming.
Does that pretty well wrap the week for you?
I think it does. I mean, I'm sure that I've probably missed something, but you know what? Go subscribe to our newsletter. You get all the info there. You can also always go to alvaok.net/event calendar. I think that's what it is. Go to alvaok.net, click on events, and it's going to take you to our event calendar. And we try to keep that thing all the way up to date. So go check it out.
It's busy. Get you a minute to look it over, because there's a bunch of stuff really not only just itemized, but done in a way that's pretty impressive and pretty entertaining. So it's worth your time just for entertainment, even if you're not going to anything. And now, through the magic of the electronic airwaves out in the ozone, we switch from chamber chats to Up on the Hill, the Associate SID for NWOSU, Cade Kennedy, with this report.
Well, it is a big weekend for Northwestern after the Rangers battled the elements yesterday in Enid. Had the weather delay there, unfortunately losing to Southern Nazarene 6-1. It was actually funny. As y'all were doing chamber chats, the Northwestern bus drove by. That's the softball team heading to Arkadelphia. They play Ouachita Baptist tomorrow and Friday. Their series got moved around by the weather. Northwestern baseball did as well. Senior Day is Saturday. The actual senior day will happen at noon. The game starts at 1. It's a doubleheader out at Myers Stadium at 1 and 4. And then with the weather potentially coming in on Friday, they've moved the last game of the series to Sunday at 1 o'clock. So an important time change there. Saturday and Sunday now instead of Friday and Saturday.
You know, I was driving back in from Oklahoma City on Saturday. There was a driving rain all the way to Bausch Junction, and then nothing. Yesterday, at the end of the girls, they played 2 5-inning games in Senior Day in Winoka yesterday, and we threw everything in my car, in my truck. I mean, we being the players and I. We just got the thing done, the second one, and had honored the seniors, and then it hit, and I'm thinking, oh, finally, we've got some rain at the farm, a little rain on, not a drop at the farm.
Well, that was the interesting part, watching the radar. I mean, that little storm by Winoka just popped up out of thin air, went right to Alva. And, of course, you were having to run for cover out there in the field, and we were safe and sound in the press box in Enid until we lost power.
Yeah.
And trying to play a game in pitch black obviously isn't going to work. Everything got restarted, and we lost power again. But eventually, a few minutes later, we were able to get power back and finish the game.
If you're going to play sports in Northwest Oklahoma, you have to figure the weather in the equation, whatever it is that you're doing. We appreciate you joining us on Chamber Chats and the update from the Hill. Jody, thank you. Will we try for Monday next week?
Well, let me just look here real quick.
Okay, I'll wait right here.
I think so. I think it's Monday. We're good. We're good on Monday.
Okay, we'll be back Monday. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We now return you to what we laughingly call regular programming.